Well, I wanted to make a video to show you guys what I get to start out with here. This is my 26 touring car. It is almost looking like a 27, I know, but it's titled as a 26, so that's what we're going to call it. When I bought the car, I saw some video of the engine running from the previous summer, and the guy said that the car was not running and the back wheels were stuck, and thought that the clutches might be sticking. I took a look at the car, and upon further inspection, I found out that no, it was probably not the clutches that were sticking, although that could be part of it. You'll see here in a minute once I get some light on it. My triple gears, one of them anyway, is hitting the flywheel. The other two gears do not hit the flywheel, which leads me to believe that the pins or the bushings or both are worn or not good and need to be replaced. So this engine's got to come out, and that's what I'm going to start to try to document here. The car itself is fairly rust-free. I got something hopefully that's going to be good to start with. There is no interior to it, although I have the interior wood kit. I do have the top bows as well. The other thing that I noticed when I drained the oil out of it was that the Bendix drift pin and spring came out of the car. That's not good. So I don't know if something had hit while they were trying to start it, and that's when everything kind of came from together, as somebody has said on the forum. Obviously not the correct carburetor, but that's the one I'm going to be running. The 26 carburetors, I've heard people have some issues with them. This is all that I have for right now. I've got this one and another rebuilt one, so I'm going to be using that. I have a rebuilt generator as well that I'll be putting in the car once the transmission has been rebuilt. Coil box is out right now. I do have a Fun Projects kit because the wood in the coil box was not looking so good. It had some cracks in it, and I think that from what I've read, that can pose a problem. This is what I've got to work with. The first thing that I went out and bought, of course, was all the books. So I got all the books, been reading through them all. I also went and downloaded a whole bunch of these really nicely detailed schematics of exploded views of the cars. What a great resource on the website for that. But this is going to be the document, or I'm going to try to document anyway, the restoration of Rattles. Rattles is the name of the car. That's my daughter named it Rattles, and that's probably what it's going to do once I get the thing together. I've been collecting parts for a while now of things that I think it might need. If you look at, or if you noticed on when I was showing the engine compartment there, a lot of the wiring looks like it's fairly original, unfortunately, and is very dried out and corroded. So I have in here a complete new wiring harness for the car. I've got a rebuilt carburetor here ready to go for the car. I've got a lot of other things that I've seen that need to be fixed, including a complete Bendix here, because the other one I think has been destroyed. Got my Fun Projects kit here, as well as some other items that like I said, that I see on the car already that are going to need to be replaced. That I'm going to have to at some point do. The goal with the car, I'd like to make the car safe and drivable, and I would probably am not going to end up repainting the car. I'll just put an interior in it. I know it has, chips in it and here and there, but I'm not really worried about that. I'd like to have the car be able to be a car where kids can climb all over it and I can have fun with it and not really worry about a scratch here and there. Not that there's anything wrong with nicely restored cars. They're great, but for this one here, that's what I'm going to do. Spokes look really, really nice. The guy apparently restored the wheels and did a nice job on the spokes. Those are all okay. I do not know if he changed out the Babbitt thrust washers in the rear end, so that's going to have to come out so I can take a look at that. And just a lot of little things. Steering shaft here, our steering column, you can see what they did. He put in some cotter pins in where the rivets are supposed to be, and the cotter pins don't even go all the way through. So that leads me to believe that the quadrant here might not necessarily be seated properly in this in the tube, but I'm not sure. So I'm going to have to take that apart and see what's going on in there. I have the 2 rivets that's supposed to go in there, so I've got those. I've got the top bows. I've got the, like I said, the wood kit. I've got the top bow wood as well. And hopefully here we're going to have be able to drive this thing by the end of the summer. We'll see. There's a lot to do, but what I'm trying to do here is document everything. I have no pride in my mechanical abilities, so as I go through this, and if you guys see something that I'm doing that's stupid, please feel free to tell me I'm a bonehead and I need to fix something or redo something, which is fine with me. No problem. So anyways, hopefully this will go well, and thanks everybody for looking, and we'll go from there. Bye now.